So, Daniel, last week I'm at the grocery stores, and I watched a scene play out in the cereal aisle that I think every parent has experienced, right? A little boy was absolutely melting down because his mom wouldn't buy him a specific box of cereal that had his favorite cartoon character on it. I mean, it just happens.
Oh, the classic cereal aisle standoff. I've been there.
I love that.
You've been there. We've all been there.
Yep.
And you can feel every eye in the store on you while your kid is screaming, making a scene over $5 worth of sugar-coated flakes. It's a very public kind of stress.
Oh, it is. And it is so stressful. The pressure's terrible. But what struck me was that the mom actually paused. She took a breath and she said to him, "You have your own money in your piggy bank at the house.
Wow.
If you really want to buy this, then you can buy it with your own money." And you know what? That meltdown, that screaming, that tantrum stopped instantly.
Wow.
Yeah.
What a powerful moment.
Yeah.
It shifted the power dynamic. It wasn't, Mom says no anymore. It was, do you value this enough to spend your own hard-earned money on it? I'll tell you, we went on a family trip here a month or so ago, and my kids had birthday money saved up, and we let them take their birthday money. And when we stopped at a gas station or convenience store, they used their money to buy their snack.
That's awesome.
And their drink. And I tell you, it really made them stop and think, do I really need this? It was a huge, like I said, it was a huge power shift.
Yeah. Yeah, that it's their money at that point. And so I think that's the way we're talking about this. I think that's the easiest and the earliest lesson in value, right? And so it's that earliest lesson. So today we're going to talk about that, how to start those conversations with your kids under 12, and really any conversation, any age at this point. I have nieces and nephews from 24 to 2 years old. So we always have these conversations, right? And so we're not going to talk about stock portfolios or retirement plans. We're going to make it easy. We're going to talk about simple, real world choices that lay the foundation of a lifetime of smart habits.
Welcome back to Making Sense of Your Sense. I'm Daniel Hill.
And I'm Shanna Browning. And today we're going to talk about, I love this, raising little money managers.
Yes.
If you've ever wondered how to teach your kids about money without it feeling like a boring math lesson, then this episode is for you. We're going to break down simple systems that help kids understand that money really is a tool for choice, not just a way to get what they want right now.
So, Shanna, the big question we're going to start with is, how do we teach kids about money when they don't even have a job? And, it starts with the concept of the 3-jar system.
Yep.
And you don't have to use jars. You don't have to use, you can use whatever. But I like the idea of jars because it's very physical. Mm-hmm. It's very visible. And every jar is clear.
Yep.
So your child should have 3 clear containers or jars that they can see into.
And my nieces and nephews have that. My brother has 6 kids, and so these range 15 to 2, and that's exactly what they do. And so they're labeled spend, save, and give. Those are your 3 jars. And it's so simple, but it teaches the 3 most important things that money does.
Yeah.
And it's just what it says. The spend jar is for that little toy that they want right now. The save jar is for something bigger, like a video game or a new bike. What are they wanting? And then the give jar, well, that's for helping others. And it teaches them that money impacts the community.
Oh, I love that. And we're all about giving back to community. So this hits home.
Several ways. Yes.
The magic here is that it gives the child agency. Now, what do we mean by agency? Mm-hmm. When they get their allowance, or maybe money from their birthday or a holiday, they get to decide how to split it up. You aren't forcing them to put it all into savings. You're giving them the freedom to make a mistake.
And there is the most important part of this process. If they spend all their money on a cheap toy that breaks the next day, that is a fantastic, low stakes, very learned experience that they won't forget.
Right.
They will not forget that. If they spend that spin jar and then realize they can't afford the treat that they wanted later, that bigger treat they wanted later, then they've learned their lesson about opportunity cost that they'll remember for the rest of their lives.
Absolutely. And it removes the emotional no from the parent. Parents don't inherently like saying no.
Neither do ants.
Parents don't like being the bad guy that says, we aren't buying that. You can simply ask them, did you bring your spending money?
Yep.
Did you bring your spend jar? And it turns a parental battle into a personal decision for that child. They become the manager of their own little economy. Like you said,
way.
A little money manager. That's what we want them to be.
And I love it. I think the biggest mistake that parents make, or those of us that are aunts or uncles or grandparents, whatever that is, the biggest mistake that we make is trying to make the kids perfect with money.
Oh, yes.
And are we perfect with money as adults?
I
No.
wish.
No, right? And so we can't expect them to be either. So we don't not want them to make their mistakes, but money is a trade-off.
Exactly. Every time you buy something, you're not buying something else.
Right.
That's
Trade-off.
the core of the lesson.
Yep.
And when we take our kids to the store, we should be narrating our own choices. You could say something like, we're picking this brand of paper towels because it's a better deal, which leaves us extra money for the fresh fruit you like. My kids are notorious for telling people, my mom never pays full price for anything. And it's because she shops for everything on sale.
That's
and
fantastic.
she's instilled that into our kids. And they realize you don't have to buy the most expensive item. Now, there are some things that you don't skimp on.
I'm not skipping on my peanut butter. There are
Exactly.
some
Exactly. There are some things that you don't trade off just because maybe the brand is better.
Yeah.
Or you just like the brand better. But you compensate that in other areas. Like I said,
I love it.
It's when you buy something, you're not buying something else.
Yeah.
Like you said, a trade-off.
I love it. I love it. I love it. And I think I feel like that's what's teaching them that right there, is that money is finite, right? There isn't an endless supply of money. There's just not.
No.
Even for us as adults, we have to set a limit. That's why we have budgets, right? And so showing them that you prioritize certain things like a healthy dinner or a family vacation helps them understand that money is just a way to reflect what you care about as a family. You're teaching so many lessons in that moment.
Right. And I'll add this, don't be afraid to let them work for it.
Yeah.
It doesn't have to be complex, high-pressure job. Maybe it's helping with yard work, sorting laundry, cleaning the car. It's not about the labor. It's about the connection between effort and result. They learn that money is an exchange for value. Now, I will say, my kids, they all have chores around the house. We don't pay them to do their chores. That's part of them
Growing
being
up.
Part of the family, you know. But if they go above and beyond on something, or they do something that's maybe not asked of them, they see a need around the house and they take it on themselves to do it, we might incentivize them, after as a reward. Hey, I saw you do that. Here's $1 or something. And it kind of builds into them, there are certain responsibilities that you do because you do them.
Mm-hmm.
And there's other responsibilities or other things that you can do to enhance that.
I love that. I mean, I think that, right, you're not rewarding them for doing what they need to be doing around the house.
Right.
I mean, that's part of it.
Mm-hmm.
It's your job to do that. So I think that's fantastic that you're putting that into, here's a little extra because we noticed what you were doing. And so that matters. That definitely matters.
Hey everyone, Daniel Hill here with a quick question for you. Is your most sensitive financial information sitting in an unsecured metal box on the street right now? Paper statements are one of the primary targets for identity thieves and mail fraud. When you make the switch to e-statements, you're moving your data out of the mailbox and into our high-security digital vault. It's significantly safer, and it's a whole lot faster. You'll get an email the second your statement is ready without having to wait days for the mail carrier to arrive at your house. Plus, you can finally say goodbye to those shoeboxes of paper and filing cabinets taking up space. We keep your statements archived and accessible right in the app whenever you need them. Whether you're hunting for a record during tax season or providing documentation for a new loan. It takes less than 2 minutes to enroll through our mobile app or online banking portal. Protect your identity, clear the clutter, and take control of your records today. Now, let's get back to the show.
We definitely live in a kind of a buy now, have it tomorrow world. And it's hard for us as adults, let alone a kid. And so how do we slow them down?
Well, the 24-hour rule is great for kids. If they want something, we say, okay, let's wait until tomorrow. If you still want it then, we can see if you have the money for it.
Yeah. And honestly, even as an adult and a kid, it's surprising how often the want disappears after 24 hours. The impulse passes. And that's it right there. The impulse passes. And it teaches them that they don't have to react to every feeling they have. That's a life skill that goes way beyond money.
And for the save jar, help them visualize the goal. If they're saving for a $50 set, put a picture of that set right on the jar. Every time they put $1 in, they can see they're one step closer. And it turns saving into progress.
I'm going to do that for myself. I mean, honestly. So it's all about making that abstract concept of money feel real, right? And so it's visual, like you said. We put a picture up.
Yep.
And so when it's just a number on a screen, that's not real to a kid. It's just not. But when they can touch the coins and they can see that jar filling up, it becomes something that can actually matter, which is why I think cash will always be around.
Yes.
I don't feel like cash is going anywhere.
No.
So I think it's this concept we're talking about
The
right
visual,
here,
physical.
the visual of what we're doing.
So, Shanna, we get, and I know you get a lot of questions because this is your heartbeat.
It is.
From parents who are worried about their kids' habits. What's one of the big questions that you get?
Well, just what you alluded to, right? Should I pay my child for doing chores that they're already supposed to be they're doing by cleaning their room?
That's a classic debate. And as we already touched on it, everyone has to contribute to the household they live in.
Yep.
Because they live there. That's just being part of the family.
Yeah.
But if you want to give them anything, give them bonus jobs, tasks that are extra, that aren't their daily responsibility. And that keeps the lesson about extra effort equals extra reward.
Yep. And I think that's a great way to do that. And so the other one is, so my kid's too young to even count money. Is it too early to start?
It is never too early to start with the concept of choice. Even a 3-year-old can understand the difference between we can have this now or we can save that for later. Keep it simple. Mm-hmm. It doesn't have to be about counting perfectly. It's about the habit of thinking before spending.
And so I think that right there is also such a big, so as an aunt that's got these kids, right? These nieces and nephews, I've always looked at that, that when they're born, I start them a savings account, right? And so instead of their 1 year, they don't care about a toy at 1 year, they want the box.
Right.
I'm building that savings account for them, and it's a good way to get them started. So when they start doing these things right here with jars, or if I give them money for Christmas, they're going to put that in that savings account.
Right.
or put it in that jar.
Mm-hmm.
It's however they're learning that lesson on themselves.
Yes.
So I think exactly what you just said. It's the concept of choice.
Right.
So I think that's great.
This has been it's been a fun episode. I feel it could really help a lot of our listeners. And so what we're going to do is we are going to give you your actionable tip for this week.
So for this week, it's the match program. Match your child's savings by 10% to show them how their money grows.
Now, how many of you have an employer that has a 401k match program?
Which we've talked about.
This is a prime example of that. Think of it as a parental 401k. When your child puts money into their save jar, you add an extra 10% from your own pocket. It shows them immediately that saving money earns them more money. It creates excitement around the save jar that they just won't get from the spend jar.
And Daniel, my goodness, it's a game changer. Mm-hmm. It's a game changer. Watching that jar fill up faster than they contributed makes them feel like I'm a financial pro.
Right.
So it's the best way to get that money conversation out of the way before they're even teenagers.
Yeah. Yeah, it's huge.
I love it. I love it. And Daniel, I think this might truly be one of my favorite that we've done so far, because getting kids to see money, especially at a young age, as a tool instead of just a magic plastic is such a gift.
Oh, it really is. It's not just about math. It's about confidence. Mm. And for all you parents out there, take it slow. Have some fun with the jars. Don't stress if they spend it all in one day. That's exactly when the real learning starts.
That's exactly correct. And so next week, we're going to switch gears to something that's a little less jars and coins and a lot more see the big picture. So we're going to break down, life insurance basics, term life versus whole life.
And, it's a topic that can really feel overwhelming, but we're going to strip away the jargon. We're going to make it simple. So hit that subscribe button so you're ready for next Tuesday.
And thank you for hanging out with us and listening to this conversation about taking these steps to build a future for your little money managers.
Absolutely. We'll talk to you next week. Now, go out and make some sense of your sense.